Hi and welcome to today's live chapter reading of Be One With Me by C.A. Miconi, courtesy of Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Prologue, Chicago, Illinois. I've been at Lakeshore North Hospital every day for 2 weeks now. It won't be long before Mama's suffering is over and she goes to be with the Lord, and with my father, who passed away before I was born. As I sit beside her bed, pondering what life is going to look like in the future, Mama stirs and whispers my name. Sally, she calls to me softly, with laboured breaths. I lean towards her and gently take her hand. What is it, Mama? Are you in pain? Come closer, child. I need to talk to you. Mama, you need to rest. Don't try to talk. This is important. You need to know. You've gone over everything with me. I have all your important papers in the lockbox. Don't worry, I'll take care of everything and I'll be fine. I see a tear forming in the corner of Mama's eye. Her voice is so raspy. Your father. You'll be with him soon, Mama. Together again. No, sorry. I should have told you. Mama, it's not important. Do you need something for pain? I'll call the nurse. No, child, listen to me. Your father. He's not in heaven. He's in Mississippi. My mouth drops open. Mama's talking out of her head. The pain meds must be causing her confusion. Mama, shh, it's all right. Celinda, Mama says sharply, suddenly sounding coherent, as if coming out of a fog. And I know she means business, since she's using my formal name. Listen to me. I left your father before you were born. He never knew about you. I realise now I was wrong. I took something from both of you. I know I'll need to ask God to answer to God for this, and I'm ready. Please forgive me. I did what I did out of love for you both, but now I see it was selfish. I would try to make this right, but I've run out of time. Please find him. You'll need your father once I'm gone. Mama's eyes close again as if she's exhausted, and she expels a long breath. Her energy seems to depart with it. Her breathing is laboured again and mixes with the incessant beep, beep, beep of her monitor. I sit in stunned silence as tears roll down my cheeks. Is this the confused ramblings of a dying woman, or is what she's saying real? After what seems like hours, but it's actually only a few minutes, Mama's doctor comes in on his evening rounds. He checks the monitor and her chart and turns to me. Miss Jones, how has she been today? Sleeping for the most part, but she spoke to me very calmly and clearly a few minutes ago, then slipped into unconsciousness when she finished what she was saying. That's not uncommon for terminal patients near the end, especially those like your mother who have a DNR order. They sometimes want to make their final wishes known before they depart. So I should believe what she was telling me rather than chalking up to her being under the influence of her pain meds. Well, I can't be certain of that, but whatever she chose to share, I hope it brings you peace. Chapter 1, 6 weeks later. Since Mama's passing and funeral, I've been on a non-stop cycle of closing out her accounts, taking care of her personal effects, and otherwise settling her estate. I haven't had much time to mourn, or to think about what she shared on her deathbed. Since I have no other family, and none of Mama's current friends knew her before I was born, there's no one I can ask about my father. I'm on my own with this, and I'm not sure where to begin to find any answers. A realtor friend is handling the sale of Mama's house in Beverley. It's in a good working-class neighbourhood, and I'm sure it will sell soon. I don't need to keep it since I have my own condo in Lincoln Park. Mama lived frugally and had a large life insurance and savings. After designating a generous donation to her church, she left everything else to me. My personal life was put on hold when Mama got sick, so my days have been busy with work and my nights have been lonely. I'm 40 years old and all I have to show for my life is a condo, a small business, and now a sizable bank account thanks to Mama, but no one to share any of it with. A knock on the door alerts me that my Uber Eats delivery has arrived. I take the bag from my favourite deli and grab a Diet Coke from the fridge. I get comfortable on the sofa and pick up the remote to find something to binge watch. I pause on the TLC network as I notice a logo in the bottom left displaying #LongLostFamily. The show features people looking for long-lost family members, primarily due to adoption. Even though I'm not adopted, I don't know who or where my father is, so I suppose I'm lost. Or he is. After a few minutes, the show cuts to a commercial for a DNA testing kit. I pull up my Amazon account and place an order for one. After a restless night tossing and turning, I get out of bed, shutting off my music at 8 a.m. No one knows this, but I enjoy listening to modern country. When 99.5 changed its format from smooth jazz to country hits, I didn't move the dial and have been listening ever since. I also have a closet crush on Blake Shelton. After showering and dressing, I brush my teeth and begin my makeup regimen. I'm blessed with great skin, so I don't put too much on it. As I apply some bronzer, I contemplate my face in the mirror. People say I look just like my mother, so I'm left to wonder what traits I got from my father. My dimples and blue eyes, perhaps. Mama's eyes were brown. It shouldn't be too hard to find a black man with blue eyes in my quest for my father, since I've read it's very rare for African Americans to have blue eyes, I tell myself, only half joking. Chapter 2. Since Mama's gone and my love life's non-existent, I have plenty of time to focus on my business. After getting my fashion and business degrees at Columbia University, I borrowed money from everyone Mama and I knew, including the bank, and opened my own boutique. All through school, it was a dream of mine to have my own store on the Magnificent Mile alongside all the major designers and retailers. My shop is small and tucked on a side street off North Michigan Avenue, but it's all mine. For the past 15 years, I've worked hard to make Celinda's signature style a sought-after place for the Windy City's elite to shop. The day Oprah walked into my boutique, I knew I'd accomplished my dream. I'm in the process of closing up when I hear a jingle alerting me to a text message. I pick up my phone and see that it's from the ancestry site. My DNA results are in. The instructions with the kit indicated that the turnaround time was around 30 days, so I've been waiting about a month. I resist the urge to run to the nearest computer to log on to the site, deciding to wait until I get home so I can get comfortable and review it on my laptop. My mind is racing with excitement and anticipation about what I'm about to learn. So much so, I'm distracted as I place the cash bag in my purse, then set the alarm for the store. I walk up and walk the half block to the garage where I park my car. It's winter in Chicago and already dark. I head into the structure, still preoccupied with getting home and seeing my test results, and not paying attention to my surroundings. The sound of a shoe scraping along smooth concrete causes me to take notice. Unease slides down my back in a shiver, and I quicken my steps to my car. Glancing around me, I don't see anyone, but the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up anyway. My heart begins to pound in my chest as adrenaline shoots through my veins. The sound of more footsteps echo through the garage around me. I've always found parking decks creepy, which doesn't help to keep me calm as I hurry to my vehicle, inwardly cursing the heels of my dress boots for slowing me down. Nearly frantic now, I keep looking all around me, seeing nothing through the rows of cars bathed in dim but garish yellow lights from above. Sweat dots my brow and anxiety causes my hands to shake as I dig out my keys. I fist them, keeping the keys pointed outward between my knuckles. I vaguely remember reading about the tactic somewhere, and I desperately hope my fear is unfounded. I'm almost in my car when the shuffling footsteps roll louder and faster, closer to me. I don't think, I react, trying to run the last few feet to my car, but my ankle twists in the boots. I bobble to the side, but somehow manage to stay on my feet. Grab her! A deep male voice shouts from behind me. Seconds later, rough hands grab my upper arms, jerking me around. Don't be a dumb bitch, hand over the purse, another thick voice commands. I look up, confused by what I'm seeing at first, but then understanding dawns. Two men stand in front of me, both wearing ski masks and black hoodies. They are tall and beefy, imposing. My keys dig into my fingers, reminding me of their presence. Jerking free, I swing my fist forward, catching the thug closest to me in the cheek. The sharp metal keys bite into my fingers painfully, but I hardly notice. His roar of fury is made louder by the echoing parking garage. He shoves me, his hands going to his injured face. "You fucking cunt," he screams. I turn, trying to run, but a strong hand grips my hair, jerking me backwards. "No, let me go." Searing pain burns through my scalp where he holds my hair tightly. I grip his hands, digging in my nails, hoping to force him to let me go. Thick gloves cover his skin, and I scream in terror and frustration. "You should have just given us your bag. Now you've gone and pissed us off." The man holding me shakes me sharply. The pain in my scalp is intense, forcing tears into my eyes. "Hold her still." The man who I'd hit commands, still holding his cheek with one gloved hand. I stare back in helpless fear, my stomach a tight knot of despair. I notice his icy eyes, the only part of him I can see. The look reflecting back at me from the depths of the cold irises chills me to the bone. His fist slams into my cheek, snapping my head to the side and ripping my hair from his partner's grasp. I fall to the concrete in a heap of agony. My injured cheek rests against the frigid floor as stars dance around the edges of my vision. I feel adrift, outside myself, noting the jerk of my arm as my bag is torn free. I look on, dazed, as a big black boot flies towards me. Grunting, I gasp as the kick lands at my stomach, followed by another to my ribs. I curl up, retching as bile is forced up into my throat. "Stupid bitch, should have just done what we said." The hate-filled words barely register. My whole focus is on trying to draw air into my lungs. The pain is so sharp and intense. I gasp, my vision going dark, as my deprived lungs struggle for the oxygen my body desperately needs. Something wet splatters onto the floor near my face. I jerk back, wanting to get away from the nasty saliva of my attacker. "You're lucky we're in a hurry, otherwise I'd fuck you like the dumb whore you are." Another kick smashes into my ribs, and I groan in pain. My body grows limp, and the world goes dark.